Get Out Ravi posters today emerged across Chennai as the battle between the DMK and the Tamil Nadu governor has intensified. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo story. Our focus today is on that brewing battle, unprecedented scenes on the floor of the Tamil Nadu Assembly. The chief minister objected to the fact that the governor dropped bits of the speech that had been prepared by the state government. The governor previously, in a Raj Bhawan speech, actually accused the DMK of regressive politics. Because the governor dropped certain bits, including references to Dravidian stalwarts like Periyar and Annadurai, Stalin got up to move a motion against the governor. But as the chief minister was speaking, the governor walked out. Really an unprecedented confrontation, and the posters you see on your screen are an illustration of what the DMK is now saying, demanding the removal of the governor. Tamil parties are conflicted. Even those opposed to the DMK are not finding it easy to take a position where they actually support the governor. The governor is talking about calling Tamil Nadu by another name. What name is that? We'll find out on this program. It is a very, very emotive issue of Tamil identity and how Tamilians self-identify. Let's introduce our guests on the program today. Amidst this rising political battle, joining us is Anurag Naidu, who's a political commentator and columnist. It's good to see you. From the BJP, we're joined by its senior leader, Shrikant Karunesh. Welcome to the program, sir. Also from the BJP is the party's councillor, Uma Anandan. Good to see you, ma'am. Joining us is senior journalist and editor, R.K. Radhakrishnan. Good to see you, sir. Also joining us is Sumant Raman. Normally, by the way, a critic of the DMK, but today not very pleased with what the governor has done. Good to see you, Sumant. And also joining us from the DMK is its a party leader, Salim Dharanidharan. And I'm very much hoping, can we bring him into the box and introduce him as well? There he is. And I'm very much hoping that he can hear us, because I want to actually start the program with him. And he's been on a slightly dodgy connection. So Dharani, if you can hear me, opening comment to you. What is exactly at the heart of your party's confrontation with the governor? Explain to people, especially who are outside of Tamil Nadu.
Oh, sorry about the trouble with the connection. I didn't have my laptop because I was traveling, but I think it's all right now. So let me start. Thank you for inviting me to your show. See, the issue is, the governor has been behaving as a BJP spokesperson. I wouldn't see yesterday's incident alone. You'll have to go back and see what's been happening for the last 18 months. And secondly, you'll also have to see what has been happening in the non-BJP states. I mean, ruled by non-BJP governments in states. And also you have to look at what is happening to neutral institutions of this country. So you have to look at it holistically, not yesterday's incident alone. See, in yesterday, we clearly stand vindicated, because it is now profoundly clear that this governor's main job is to propagate and decimate RSS ideology. See, by deviating from the norm.
Can I request you to move a little bit to your right, because a little bit of your face is getting cut. Just move a little bit to your right. Yeah, now we can see you.
Yes.
No, other way. Other way. Yeah. Now we can see you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, clearly by deviating from the norm, that is, he digressed from the speech that was prepared and given by the state government to him. He has clearly violated the constitution, because the article 176(1) clearly says that the governor should read what is being given by the state government and accepted by him. Even if he has a problem with what we have written and given to him, he can send back with queries. But if the state government chooses to not rectify any of the changes, he has no other option just to read what was sent to him. This is what the constitution says. And secondly, we follow Westminster system. That is, the governor is equivalent to the monarch in Britain. Have you ever seen then the Queen, now the King ever questioning a bill? Or even in House of Lords and House of Commons, the Queen used to make the opening remark, similar to what governor does in the Assembly. Have you ever seen the Queen ever deviating from it? No. Even if a bill that is passed by the Assembly is rubbish, the Queen immediately will have to sign it. There's no other option. She may advise the Prime Minister, but she has no other option. So, has the President ever deviated from the speech given by the Union government? What will the Honorable Prime Minister Modi accept if if the president deviates from the speech which his government has sent. Absolutely not. So then why are you behaving in an unconstitutional manner? And most importantly, he omitted the terms such as Dravidian model. He omitted one para which said, because of improving law and order, or because of prevailing peace and tranquility, FDI investments are poured into Tamil Nadu. He has omitted that. He has not just omitted the names of Arinyar Anna, Periyar, and Kalaignar. He has also chose to not speak the word Ambedkar. He is the father of the constitution, so he has also insulted the father of the constitution. He has not mentioned words such
Okay,
as
okay,
woman
okay.
empowerment, secularism.
Okay, you've laid out the argument. You've laid out the argument. Let me play out two different clips of what happened in the assembly, and then I'll come to Mr. Srikanth first of the BJP. Here's what happens. The governor gets up to speak, and actually slogans from the DMK in particular drown him out. Listen in to what happened on the floor of the House.
சட்ட தேர்வை அலுவலர்களே கூட நண்பர்களே என் இனிய தமிழ சகோதர சகோதரிகளே அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். மன்றத்தில் 23ஆம் ஆண்டிற்கான சட்டமன்ற தேர்வையின் முதல் கூட்டத்தில் என் உத்தர.
So, Dharani, before I go and get reactions from the BJP, my question to you is the following. Should the governor have been shouted down like that? And then I'll go to Uma Anandan of the BJP and also Srikanth of the BJP. Should the governor have been shouted down like that, Mr. Dharani Dharan?
Governor has been provoking the state government for the last 18 months. What did he do last week? He went and said three things. Tamil Nadu versus Tamilagam. There have been sufficient debate on it. I'm not getting into it because that's not the main point. Main point is he came and said the Dravidian politics have ruined Tamil Nadu. Is it a fact? No. You look at any socio-economic metric, Tamil Nadu ranks number 1. Industrial growth, Tamil Nadu has got the highest number of factories. And even that industrial growth in Tamil Nadu is more equitable than any other industrialized state in India. Was Tamil Nadu like this in 1960s? No. The per capita GDP was same as that of these states such as UP and BR. Now it is 4 times higher. We were not one of the best performing states in 1960s. Now we are. So that means Dravidian parties have done something right. And he came and said why Tamil Nadu is not accepting, this DMK government is not accepting union schemes. We are not against union schemes, but we are against universalization of schemes. Growth of states are profoundly diverse. For example, GR in Bihar is about 20. In Tamil Nadu, it's about 52%.
Okay, we've gone into
but
some
NEP,
other direction.
No, this is important point.
Yeah.
So NEP, they want to bring 50% GR ratio by 2035 across India. But Tamil Nadu attained that in 2015. So you can't have universal schemes across states because it will only hamper the growth of developed states such as Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
So then why... so these kind of political statement is what is a problem. Last year he came and said, no, NEET is good for social justice. And all the research globally.
So you're saying the governor is being political. Dharan, let me speak now. You're saying the governor is being political, and I want to, before I come to the BJP leaders, read out excerpts of what the governor said at the Raj Bhawan and subsequently in a press release. So if we can have the graphics up of the governor, in these statements, he said everything that is applicable for the rest of the country, Tamil Nadu will say no. He basically suggested that it had become a bad habit, and he was blaming, of course, the DMK for this. At the heart of this debate is also how Tamil Nadu should be called, and the governor is distancing himself from what he's alleging is a soft separatism. This is not a phrase he's used. I'm summarizing his attitude here to the DMK. He's accusing the DMK of false and poor fiction. He's saying truth must prevail. He then goes on to say that, and please forgive me if I don't say this correctly, Tamilagam is a more appropriate word for Tamil Nadu than Tamil Nadu, referencing the fact that Nadu refers to a country, alleging that the DMK is not fully supporting the integration of Tamil Nadu in India. Now, this is where I want to get Srikanth first of the BJP, senior leader of the BJP. Sir, the fact is that in our parliamentary democracy, in our Westminster system, The president of the country, even when parliament opens, reads out the speech that is prepared by the central government. Similarly, the governor has to read out a speech that is prepared by the state government. Has the governor not deviated? Has he not deviated from basic constitutional principles here? Shrikantji, I'll start with you.
Yeah, thank you. But very interesting question you said. But you have to see two important facts in this. One is this has happened in Kerala in the year 2014. The then governor, Mr. Sadashivam, who was also a justice, he was in Supreme Court, and Justice Sadashivamji, when he was a governor, he omitted a lot of statements like this. He added few points and he read his own statement. Okay, a person, learned scholar like a justice can do that. Why can't our governor can do this? And DMK, no, in Tamil we used to call manja kamale. Whatever you see, wo pila dikta hai. Jahan pe bhi dekho. So wherever governor is doing anything, no, they find some fault or other. Whatever he does, whatever he says, they are so scared of him or something. I don't understand. Always they create some havoc. The word Thamizhagam is very well used until the last day, previous day. Even our Chief Minister Stalin ji was using the word Tamilagam in his Twitter. The title was Thamizhagam. He was writing. It's Inidhu Thamizhagam, Inidhu something he was written in his Twitter. The next day, when this issue had come, he has removed it. See, always know we Indian style. No, Aditi Devo Baba, whoever comes to our place, we used to welcome him. Always the DMK has got a mentality to say, go back, Modi, get out, Ravi. See, this hatred politics will not work. People are thinking now. Emotionally, you cannot drive people of Tamil Nadu now. Earlier, it was there based on the language, based on the caste.
Yeah. I must ask
Yeah,
you, and I
you
know
said.
that I also know that you speak, you actually speak very, very proficient Hindi as well. And when the Prime Minister comes, you often translate his speeches from Hindi into Tamil. So I must ask you that you say that the word phrase Tamilagam is common and there's unnecessary controversy. Maybe so. But why would the governor drop references to Dravidian stalwarts like Periyar, Annadurai, Ambedkar? Why? Why drop those references?
See, it was not just those eminent leaders' name were omitted by him. It was based on those principles. He has written around 7 words. I'm sorry, I don't have the data with me. Around women empowerment, social justice, and many other 7 such words they have written. In all these aspects, based on these footsteps, Tamilagam is the supreme state in the country, #1 state in the country. That was the phrase. See, his original contention was he has to talk truth to the public. So when you see around a few months before there was a bomb blast, a suicide bomb attack was there in Coimbatore, and one police lady was literally tortured by DMK party men in a function, in a Kanimoli MPG's function. You see, women are harassed in different places. When these things are prevailing, he cannot tell a lie, no, in front of the public in the assembly.
Okay,
Our governor cannot talk.
let me bring in Sumant here. I bring in Sumant with great interest because Sumant and the DMK leadership have often sparred on our programs on Twitter, but in this case, I found Sumant disagreeing with the governor, despite the fact that he's a critic of the DMK. Sumant, explain why.
Barkha, I don't see this as a DMK issue or a political issue at all. This can happen potentially in any state. And that is something that is a danger for democracy. It is not just a speech. The governor is sitting as on date on 15 bills which have been passed by the state legislature, using the loophole in the law which says that there is no particular time frame within which he should either give assent or return the bill. And that I see is a bigger danger. The governor speaking about Dravidian model or giving his opinion on various issues which may not necessarily be the view of the government. Outside in functions that he speaks on, I have no problem with that. But the point is, he is actively impeding governance. Either he has to return these bills, reject them, or he has to accept them. And without doing that, what is actually happening is that there is a roadblock which is being put in front of this government. Now, I may or may not agree with most of what this government does. That's a completely different issue. But if every governor in every state starts doing this, what will happen? Just by using a loophole in the law, you can actually impede the duly elected, democratically elected government from functioning. And I think that is completely unacceptable.
And the other point you made is that the governor, there's actually growing sympathy for the DMK with the governor's behavior, according to you.
I think that there is overwhelming sentiment. I could be wrong, but my perception is the overwhelming sentiment is that the governor is not acquitting himself honorably in this matter. And the point I want to make about yesterday, Barkha, is look, this is not the government's address read out by the governor. The governor is not making a speech of his own. As the titular head of the state, it is his duty to read the script which is given by the government. And increasingly, we've seen governors who are refusing to do that, which is a pity, because I think it is an unhealthy trend.
Yes. Can I actually pick up on the items that were left out, which were in the 65th point? And I'm just going to read them out. Mr. Shrikant was looking for those 7 points, and we have them here. Social justice, self-respect, inclusive growth, equality, women empowerment, secularism, compassion towards all. Now, Mr. Shrikant Karunesh made the point that he doesn't agree that these are being followed, so why should he reference them? But Umaji, these are principles. Why? These are principles, 1. 2, it is a constitutional principle that the state government writes the speech and the governor reads it out. Umaji, why would you drop this 65th point? Uma.
Please understand one thing. Wrong narratives cannot go on and on and on a permanent basis. It is high time. For example, I can put out a small thing for you. You said Salim Dharanidharam. His name is Salem Dharanidharam. Salem is the place.
No,
there is a lot of difference. Salim.
Okay,
so that is not, I am just pointing out because of the disparity that we have because of the cultural and the language and all that. These are small things. I just want to prove the same way many in the north think that social justice, women empowerment and all that, and whoever, I don't want to name him. So these are all false narratives which have been built on a foundation of clay. And slowly, thanks to the social media and thanks to the honesty and the courage of so many people, people are learning the truth now. And as Mr. Shrikant said, the governor is not a yes man. Yes, sir, 3 bags full. It is not that principle there. And I would like to quote here in the 60s, the action done by Mr. Dharamveer, who was then the governor of Bengal under Mr. Ajoy Mukherjee. He was also a governor at one time of Karnataka. In the same, like this, in a speech, Mr. Dharamveer omitted 585 words. 585. And last, when Mr. Ajoy Mukherjee stood up to comment about it, he turned around and said, no, he stood by that and he said, I'm going to stand by this. And as Mr. Shrikant, wait, let me tell you 3 things. Social justice, women empowerment and all that, we have nothing against. But because it is a false narrative, and I think you should have a separate talk show on that to bring down the icons. And third, the law and order. The law and order is totally down. And the foreign investments, the figure is wrong. And the governor is not compelled to lie there. That is the thing.
Okay, 1 minute. So, Sumant, briefly, your counter, then Mr. Radhakrishnan has been waiting. Sumant, you have a hand up for a brief interjection. Go ahead, Sumant.
Very, very briefly, Barkha, I don't think anybody in the state believes that the governor is speaking his mind as part of the speech or is really, expressing his opinion. It is known to the whole country and to the last citizen of the state that the governor has been given a script by the state government and he is meant to read out the views of the government. It is not that. So, for instance, 1 minute, Barkha. Yesterday, in the course of the same speech, he said NEET is harmful for the students of the state. Does it mean that the governor believes that NEET is harmful to the students of the state? Why didn't he sign the bill?
That's a good point. That there is a people know that there's a titular head of the state and of the nation. Mr. Radhakrishnan, what's really at stake here? What's the power play? Because even the AIADMK is finding it hard to support the governor, but of course the BJP is. Go ahead, sir, Mr. Radhakrishnan.
First of all, there is something to be laid bare, which is a Supreme Court order on the matter, which has not been touched upon in discussions yesterday as well as today. Shamsher Singh versus State of Punjab in 1975 is a landmark decision of the Supreme Court regarding the roles of the powers of the President of India and the governors of states. This is settled law. There has been no other word on it. I quote, the President and the governor, be they ever so high in textual terminology, are but functional euphemisms promptly acting on and only on the advice of the Council of Ministers, save a narrow area of power in matter of exercise of powers under Article 72 and 161. The two highest dignitaries in our constitutional scheme act and must act not in their own judgment, but in accordance with the aid and advice of the ministers. The constitutional conclusion is that the governor is but a shorthand expression for the state government and the president is an abbreviation for the central government. This is the settled law. In this country, there has been no further judgment by a constitutional bench or something above that, which has overruled this judgment. When this is the settled thing, I don't understand for the life of me why Mr. Ravi is doing it. But then if you look at the politics of it, it's very easy to understand. If you're somebody like a West Bengal governor who keeps on picking fights with the TMC president and the chief minister, Mamata Banerjee, then you get to be vice president. Why not me? Looking at the higher positions of power, and of course the Kerala governor. Of course, Sadasivam at that point of time, Justice Sadasivam had made it a point to depart in a place where the central government was criticized. But then the Kerala chief minister, when I asked him, he said he let it be because he was very hurt because a guy of the stature of a justice who has been the Chief Justice of India has gone on and gone against the ruling of the Supreme Court itself. So they just let it be. They didn't want to make a huge issue of it. It was a couple of lines.
Very interesting point there. And I want to bring in Mr. Srikanth here and then go back to Mr. Dharanidharan. And then I know, Sumant, you have to leave a bit early, but stay as long as you can. Srikanth-ji, the 7 points that you were looking for have been cited. And again, I ask you, what is in these points that a governor would need to drop them? Okay, let's say you say that, previously also this has happened. But for what reason? At least give us a reason. Why would a governor drop references to social justice, self-respect, inclusive growth, equality, women empowerment, secularism, and compassion? What is the reason, Mr. Srikanth?
In all these 7 avenues, Tamil Nadu government has miserably failed, not once, repeatedly it had failed. So, being a learned governor who was an IPS officer, he is so aware that whatever he is going to read is a lie. His conscience is not permitting to read it. As Sumanji was rightly telling, when somebody is telling that NEET is offensive to all the kids, it's not helping the kids, means who will accept? It's only for the political gain and mileage DMK is doing it. So, governor is receiving all those bills. His conscience is not permitting. See,
sir, he read that out. He read that sentence on NEET out. As part of the speech, he read out, he said, NEET harms the interests of students of the state. That is my singular point. If he can say that, why can't he say all the other stuff?
I think the point, Mr. Srikanth, is that everybody knows that this is a title. ये titular head है. ये खुद चुने हुए नेता नहीं है, श्रीकांत जी. मैं हिंदी में I'm doing the contentious thing of speaking to somebody from Tamil Nadu in Hindi क्योंकि मैं जानती हूँ कि आप हिंदी अंग्रेजी दोनों बोलते हैं. Please forgive me. Other people in Tamil Nadu will not. But here's my point that everybody knows the distribution of power.
ये सुमन जी बोल रहे हैं गलती से तो उनका तो आ गया है. नीट को आ गया है. ये मैं उल्टा एक चीज बोलता हूँ. तमिलनाडु का जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है, क्या इनके पास इतना हक है? गवर्नर का जो स्पीच है उसमें से कुछ काटेंगे, कुछ जो जोड़ेंगे, उसका मतलब आगे पीछे कर सकते हैं. ये तो इनका नहीं है ना. और दूसरा है, गवर्नर का भाषण के बाद, आफ्टर हिज स्पीच, never in the history that chief minister has spoken something. And how can he edit the speech of the governor? Whatever he spelt is the record.
I think that's a very important point. So I want to play out the chief minister moving a motion, actually lashing out at the governor. That's when the governor walks out. Before I get Mr. Dharanidharan to respond to it, let's just play out that little clip.
படித்த பகுதியில் இடம்பெறாது என்னும் தீர்மானத்தையும் நான் முன்மொழிந்து தீர்மானத்தை பேரவை ஒருமனதாக நிறைவேற்ற வேண்டும்.
So, Mr. Dharan, basically what's happening there for anyone who doesn't speak Tamil, and please, I'm summarizing. So again, I'm a North Indian, please correct me if I make mistakes. But what I've understood is that the Chief Minister is basically criticizing the governor in his presence and saying that whatever the governor has skipped will not be taken on record. Whatever has gone off track will not be taken on record. In other words, if the governor edited him, he's editing the governor, right? Can he do that is the question being raised by Shrikantji. Mr. Dharan.
Okay, yeah, I'll answer that. Before that, I would also want to add on to what RK said. Even in Perarivalan case, Justice Nahaveswara Rao made it very clear that governor is nothing but shorthand expression of the State Council of Ministers. That's very clear. And secondly, this governor has also put about 20 odd bills on hold, even bills on social justice. So Article 200 of the Constitution also clearly says that a governor has only three options. One is to immediately sign and send it back, or to send back with correction. But if the Council of Ministers choose to not amend to his wishes, then he'll have to immediately sign it the next time. Third option is to send it back to the president only if undermines the position of the High Court, but undermining the position not legally but in terms of administrative purposes, if it gets into the realm of the High Court. So he's been repeatedly doing this. And when it comes to NEET, we have set up a committee, and then we have said NEET is against social justice. Okay, forget that committee. Across the world, what are people researching on it saying the same? There's been a book that came out from Harvard Professor Sanders, Tyranny of Merit. It's very clear across the world that
this is not a show on NEET.
No, I'm just saying, I want to add on. See how he is interpreting. No, I know it's not a show on NEET, but what I'm trying to say is, when international convention internationally is agreed that entrance exams are antithesis of concept of merit, he goes and says, no, NEET is for social justice. This is a problem with the governor. He's making his own opinion on public policy with limited knowledge. This is to reboot the previous speaker who said, no, he is well educated. He's clearly not. He's half-baked.
What about Stalin editing? Umaji, coming to you in half a second.
Yeah, I'm just coming there. See. He was
telling only three types of work only he can do. Is there any time limit for that? Because when DMK government is telling for why you are not given 5,000, they said we are going to rule for 5 years. Anytime we can give 5,000. There is no time limit. It can apply to DMK, not to governor.
Okay. No, I'm answering. So I got your question.
Okay.
He will do any one of the three.
I'll answer all the questions.
He will do only any one of the three. Within 5 years, he will do it. Wait for it. As you are not giving 5,000 to the public, no, within 5 years you will give. You are changing the money. Your minister said you are changing the money.
Yeah, I'm going to answer. Yeah, see to your question, Barkha. Yeah. So your question is, to answer your question, what this Honorable Chief Minister said was, wherever the governor has digressed from the script by which he was bound to act, so the digression would not be included in the state proceedings, which is not wrong. Today, an article had come in Times of India, second page, Tamil Nadu edition, in which Justice Chandru also said that this is not wrong and no court can question the legality of this because proceedings of legislature cannot be questioned, and this is as per the norm. It was written. I'm not a constitution expert, but a couple of justices have written on this.
Okay.
It came on the second page. So there was nothing wrong with what our chief minister did. So see, governor violated the constitution today. See, the governor violated the constitution
Partners in crime. Justice Chandru. He's calling.
Barkha, can I? Yeah, one final comment because I need to leave. Yeah. Barkha, just one point. I think the BJP is making a big mistake by backing the governor to the hilt on this issue. I think there is a fair amount of political sentiment that is in favor of the state government. And I don't know, there is no earthly reason. In fact, the charge against the BJP is that the governor is functioning as an agent of the BJP. And they are actually giving more proof, if any was needed, that he is, that the charge that the DMK has been making against him is possibly true. So I think that they, at some point, they should understand that the political capital that the BJP has built up in Tamil Nadu, and it has certainly built up steam over the last 1 year, they will lose it if they continue down this backing of this gentleman.
Thank you so much.
No, he is very much wrong. He is very much wrong by putting this allegation. Sumanji, with all respect to you, I am telling why you are telling this. When the governor is starting in Tamil, Vayalum Varapu, when he is telling Varapuira Nelluviram about Abayar, he is talking. Who entire alliance party leaders are shouting, but the speaker is keeping quiet. Why he is keeping quiet? Why speaker is keeping quiet? Why they are not tamed?
Mr. Shrikant, Umaji, here's my question to you, and then Mr. Radhakrishnan. Umaji, I'm coming to you only. My question, please hear my question. The governor has issued...
No, before you ask me the question, I'll tell you my amusing. Mr. Salem Dhananidharan pulls the hand of Justice Chandru, and we know what color he wears, right? Second, I would like to say that Mr. R.N. Ravi is the governor of Tamil Nadu, not a henchman of DMK to sing peons for Udayanidhi Stalin and his son and all that. They have to look out for their own Rathatin Ratham in their own terms. And Mr. Ravi is definitely not that. And if they want him to peddle all lies, to say that it is all honey and milk flowing in Tamil Nadu, they better think twice. It is not. You have the crimes against women.
Now
Crimes against women everywhere. Yes.
Can I just interrupt?
Yes.
Can I quickly interrupt?
Dharini, Mr. Radhakrishnan will be waiting patiently. I have to ask a brief question. Let me take it to Mr. Radhakrishnan. The invite sent out for Pongal by the governor have already changed the nomenclature of Tamil Nadu. Is this a major... No, we need the invites that were sent out, which have been sent out for Pongal. Can you tell me, Mr. Radhakrishnan, there it is this a major issue or is this a rhetorical issue? First, let's understand this. Mr. Radhakrishnan.
Yeah, this is obviously they have not included the symbol of Tamil Nadu, and I think that is wrong. If this is the real invite, I think the governor has to get it back, and the invite has to go on behalf of Tamil Nadu government, because that is constitutionally he is hosting it on behalf of the Tamil Nadu government. It is not being hosted by R.N. Ravi, the individual. That is one part of it. The second part of it is that there is an attempt, very conscious attempt today to bring down the tensions a notch. With the Chief Minister MK Stalin telling his MLAs and the party men not to put out posters, get out Ravi and all of that, because the issue as far as the DMK and the government is considered is over. There was a problem created by the governor, a constitutional crisis created by the governor, which has been sorted out with the chief minister passing a resolution against the governor and the assembly passing a resolution against the governor. So at that moment, it is over. It is not necessary to take this forward. This has been Stalin's approach throughout. Whenever the governor goes towards or he becomes, I would very, with very great caution use the word belligerent. Whenever he gets belligerent, there is a counter move on the part of the state government, which is based on reason, which is based on proportion. And after that, he doesn't go pushing it. And people may see it as, oh, he's back down, he's scared and all of that. I don't think that's the point. The point is the optics, and the optics as far as Stalin is concerned is good.
And RK, sir, where is this ending? Where is this going to end? Before I get last comments from our other three guests, let me start with you. Where is this ending?
No, this will end the moment the governor signs the 15 bills with him. One bill is about allowing handicapped people to hold the post of vice chancellors in a particular university in Tamil Nadu, because that university has a clause which says that handicapped people cannot hold the post of a VC. Why the hell is he sitting on that? I do not, for the life of me, understand this governor at all. Okay. At least that he can sign.
Umaji, why would he not sign? Why is he sitting on the bills? Umaji, and then I'll come to Dharini. Umaji?
See, I'm not going to. The governor is a wise, this one, with his vast experience and exposure. It is not that he can come out openly and all that. And secondly, I would like to say on this, who are we people to have a stick in our hand, like headmasters, and Mr. Governor R.N. Ravi is not an errant schoolboy with whom we can go with a cane and say, sign, sit up, stand down, kneel down, get out, come inside. Please have all these.
Constitution. There is a book called the Constitution. It clearly delineates.
Mr. Ravi knows it better than all of us. Mr. Ravi knows it better than all of us. Okay. With a police IPS degree, he knows it better than all of us.
Salem Dharini Dharan, to you. Where is this ending? Are you going to back off from your Get Out Ravi posters the moment these bills are signed into law?
See, I think the media had somehow made it appear as a DMK as the governor issue, but the problem is much broader than that. This is an issue of all non-BJP rule states, be it West Bengal, be it Maharashtra when the previous government was in power, and then Telangana and Kerala. So all non-BJP rule states, this BJP government has given instruction to the governor to stop their growth, impede their development. That is the problem. Again, another issue is also institutions. So the governor is one institution, but all other institutions, be it EC or be it the ED. Let's say the example of enforcement director. What is the conviction rate? Less than 1%. You are in the opposition. You are harassed. The moment you join BJP, then nothing happens about the cases. Even the cases they file are all fast. So which means they want to destroy the institution, make the institutions go towards BJP. On the last point,
last point. I said, wait, what's the end game? What's the end game for the DMK?
The end game is BJP should make it should understand that if the country will have to go, the individual states will have to go. For that, the governors should not impede. Like RK said, there's one other bill that is to provide preference to SC/ST entrepreneurs in Tamil Nadu government tenders by modifying the 96 Tamil Nadu Tender Act. Even that bill is not passed. We want to provide social justice. The government
News to us.
The last point. See, so the last point is there has been a false narrative that has been spread saying their law and order is bad in Tamil Nadu. Give me data. See, there has been aberrations. Incidences happen across the world. But you give me data from the last 18 months. Compare with UP. Compare with
India, Tamil Nadu has the highest.
And you tell me.
Okay.
Please read the paper.
Ma'am, you give me the data.
Please read the paper. Read the paper.
What is happening in Delhi? What happened to a lady that is under the BJP government? The police is under the BJP government. You can laugh, but it's a fact.
Can I?
After the High Court bomb blast, your government is more than a month to transfer the case to the NIA.
I'm at the end of my show. I want to give Mr. Srikanth and Mr. Radhakrishnan the last words. Mr. Srikanth, first to you, sir. How does this get resolved? Let's talk about resolution. How does this get resolved? A governor and a chief minister cannot be at battle. Or is it like Mr. Radhakrishnan says, like West Bengal, that the governor believes he will be rewarded for taking on the DMK by the central government? That is the argument made by Mr. Radhakrishnan. Srikanth.
Yeah, this is the basic error what DMK is making, because whenever they are looking at the governor, because it was one governor who saved DMK when the central government was pressing to dismiss his government. I forgot the Sardarji's name, who was the then governor earlier. But in this governor, they are so scared whenever they are seeing R.N. Ravi, they see him as a BJP person, because he has got his own ideas.
Definitely.
He's a learned scholar. And that is why he's made as a governor, and he knows his duties and responsibilities, and he is doing it very nicely. And here from the DMK, they are doing always this hatred politics. Go back Modi. Jitna ye log go back Modi bol rahe the na, pura Tamil Nadu Modi ke piche chala gaya. They are going behind Modi now. Jitna go back Modi bola, utna acha ja raha hai. It's happening good for us.
Let them get more than notice standing alone.
Okay. The real.
So abhi ye governor ji ko bolne lag gaya na, it's going to favor BJP.
Okay, you think it's going to favor the BJP? Sumant Raman, who's a critic of the DMK, believes it's going to favor the DMK. Mr. Radhakrishnan, do you see an end game here? The governor believes, according to you, that he might be rewarded. But the fact is, the state can't be governed with the governor and the chief minister at battle. That's the real point that we should focus on. Last word to you, sir.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is where the DMK stands to gain. It can even make into bill outrageous things and send it to the governor, because we know for certain that he's not going to sign any of those, even look at any of those things. So that is one way that the DMK can go ahead. But I have an advice for Mr. R.N. Ravi. The problem, what Dhankar did very well in Bengal, is that he took substantive issues and then created problems around those. Whether he's visiting a dispute, like a communal right area, or trying to create problems within the ministry of, the chief minister, he created substantive issue. Unfortunately for R.N. Ravi, he's creating the Tamilagam, Tamil Nadu, Dravidian, and all that. This is not going to work. You have to come up with substantive issues. It can be based on the corruption allegations and all of that. I think he should focus there if he wants to actually corner the DMK government.
Okay.
Word of advice.
Okay, I have to leave it there.
10
We
seconds.
ran out of time. Thank you for, if you ask for 10 seconds, I'll have to give 10 seconds to everybody. Tarini, okay, 10 seconds to you and 10 seconds to Umaji. By the clock.
There was
to be
one.
fair.
There was one
Yeah,
in municipal election.
yeah.
There was one place where the councillor got one vote with the governor behaving like this. In many places, they won't even get one vote. It will be zero. Even the family members will not be voting for BJP
Okay,
candidates.
I'll give 10 seconds. 10 seconds to Umaji. 10 seconds to Umaji.
I think,
Yes.
thanks,
No,
Mr.
actually-
Dharanidharan. You're entitled to dreams. You're entitled to live in euphoria and in hallucinations. You're welcome to all that. And I would like to thank Mr. Radhakrishnan for his words of wisdom. And definitely will carry it to Mr. R.N. Ravi. And perhaps his pearls of wisdom will perhaps remain with them. Very nice.
One word I should tell. He said Tamilagam and Tamil Nadu. He said Tamilagam and Tamil Nadu. But he didn't create any issue.
No.
Issue is created by DMK. He said his opinion. He's sharing his opinion.
I have to thank my guest from Tamil Nadu for this very spirited but still convivial discussion. I think our politicians in the north have a lot to learn from the south, because all of you kept your smiles intact while having this very feisty discussion. So I think culturally, the north needs to learn a lot from the south, apart from all the other differences. Thank you, Umaji, Shrikantji, to Radhakrishnan sir, and to Selam Dharanidharan. Thank you so much, and earlier to Sumant Raman. Thank you so much, and thanks to our audience. See you tomorrow.
It's great
Thank
to
you,
see you
Barkha.
here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.